In this video, we will continue to work with fractals. In this section, we will look at practical examples of the use of fractals as indicators of price movement. We will consider the standard trading strategies and hypotheses. Let's start with simple strategies such as a breakout above the resistance fractal and bounce back from a fractal, either from its price minimum or maximum. To do this, we are going to need a fractal value block. Let's get it. This is going to be the most common fractal, nothing complicated. I am going to show you some features and how to work with them. When optimizing a fractal, suppose you get a value of 200 candles on the left and right. Here, we have this fractal which appeared on the chart. Let's implement the fractal maximum breakout strategy. A break above the fractal constitutes as a breakout, as seen here. Note that there was a fractal and its maximum was marked by this line. What we want is to enter here in the direction of the breakout. At first glance, everything appears really straightforward, but the problems do exist. What could they be? Let's try to build a trading bot for this strategy. In this kind of setup, it's best to use the position opening if more block, since this is a breakout strategy. It appears that by connecting all the blocks, we get a ready-made strategy, but it's not so easy. To further clarify things, we will take the position close by stop loss and trailing stop blocks. We will connect them. Let's take the values of the trailing stop of $20. OK, run. Now we can see the problem here. In this case, the first trade opened correctly, but after it closed, we got a lot of re-entries and exits at the stop loss. Why is this happening? Well, after closing the first trade, the price remained above the fractal level and the block triggered a new position to open. Thus, it became a lot of micro trades. To eliminate this problem, we need to take the formula block. In the editor, we can enter a condition that the current closing price should be less than the level of our fractal before opening a position. We can connect it. I'm sorry, we need to take a Boolean expression block, not the formula block. We will take a Boolean expression block and write a similar condition, where the closing price is below the level at which we want to open a position. We will connect it with the condition of entry and run. We see that the problem has been solved. However, the positions close very quickly. Perhaps we should increase the trailing parameters. Let's set the bigger values at 100 each. OK. Now the positions hold a bit longer. Everything seems to be working fine, but notice that another problem arises this time. Re-entries at the same level. Let's solve this problem. We want to enter the position once, and if we get stopped out, we do not want to re-enter again at the same signal. To do this, we need to remember the entry price at which we opened the previous position. We will then compare the entry price to the current fractal price. If the prices match, the position is not going to be open. Let's try to do it. First, we need an updatable value block and an entry price block. We will connect them. We then need to store the entry price at the moment of opening a position. To do this, we will take a Boolean expression block and set the following condition. We will store the entry price in memory when the price is not equal to 0. This is the easiest thing to do. OK, thus at the moment when we do not have an open position, the updatable value block will store the price of the previous entry. To avoid opening a new position afterwards, we can now enter the next condition. Note that the entry price of a new position should not be equal to the price of the previous entry that is stored in the memory in the updatable value block. Okay. We have an error somewhere. Let's check. Notice that we didn't finish our statement here. So we need to add that the price should not be equal to 0. Okay. Now you can see that there is only one trade per level. It's up to you whether you need it or not, but this is how this problem is solved. On the other hand, when we want to trade against these levels, we need to use another block, position opening limit price. Other conditions remain the same, including the condition that the price should be below the level. We can also save these blocks if we do not want additional re-entries. Run. Is there a mistake? I see. Now we need to open a short position since we sell short from this resistance level. We need to untick the checkbox and the position side changes to sell short. Run. We see that technically everything works well, but profit-wise it's not so good. This is because we have many stop losses, though there are some good entries. Certainly this strategy should be built in conjunction with trend filters, for example, to avoid short selling on the growing market. Nevertheless, the basic principles of the implementation of this idea should be clear to you. The next version of the strategy will also be rejection and breakout of the level, but for now we will use the fractal trend lines instead of the horizontal lines, while all the other conditions remain the same. This will be the trend line on the down fractals, so we will untick this checkbox. We will now put 60 candles on the left and right. We already know from the previous lessons that we should use a position opening if less block for breakout strategies. We will uncheck the box to open a short position. Note that the same conditions apply with an exception of the closing price that must be above the fractal line. Plus, this restriction will no longer work for us because the price of the trend line will change more often, unlike the horizontal level. Let's display the line on the chart and check. The script doesn't start and there is a red line in the Boolean expression block. The name of the block's changed. Let me fix it. Okay, run. Everything is working fine. There were a few bad entries, but this is a good entry. Here the trades were also unsuccessful, but then there was a good entry. In general, such algorithms work better at the moment of price reversal and in conjunction with global trend filters. You may also need to play around with the settings, stop loss size, and so on to improve the results. I hope the underlying principle is clear. When we have such swing points on the chart, we can assume that there is either strong support or strong resistance at these levels, and therefore they work. We must observe, study, and make a proper strategy. See, in this case, the price bounced off the fractal trend line for the first time, indicating that there was some interest here. Then the price dropped and rapidly broke through the line, also confirming some kind of interest from big market players. Such moments of price action always allow you to make robust strategies. Plus, it doesn't really matter which side you want to trade, as you can trade either against these levels or make breakout strategies. Such strategies will work because you can put a small stop loss and have a great risk-reward trade. For instance, you can put a small stop right above or below the level as the price immediately moves away from it. We can get a positive probability in our direction. I believe that everything is clear with these simple strategies. It's not complicated, there are specific levels and you can work with them. The full package of our proprietary indicators Algo Trading Lab with practical examples is free of charge for students of our course Algo Trading with TSLab for selected plans. You will find out the details on our website algotradinglabnet.teachable.com. To claim your free indicators from the package, please check the link below the video. Thank you so much for watching. To stay up to date with our latest videos and practical tips, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel by clicking the button above the video.